Did you know the Pokemon anime was supposed to die young? Could that be the reason why they've snuck the Titanic into the show? Well, here are 41 facts about Pokemon that feel illegal to know. To begin, I gotta tell you how and why Pokemon was supposed to die young. You see, when the Pokemon anime was first released, it was intended to end after Kanto. But since the games, the show, and even the whole concept of Pokemon became enormously popular, the producers decided to make sequels upon sequels. And today, Pokemon is one of the longest running anime series ever, with a total of 1,268 episodes and 23 movies. Did you know that it would take you approximately 1 month to consume every single Pokemon episode and movie? That is assuming that you don't take any breaks to eat, sleep, poop, or even watch my videos, which would be unacceptable. Jokes aside, all Pokemon episodes combined add up to roughly 25,000 minutes or 17 days of content, and the movies add up to roughly 30 hours or 2 days of content. That is 19 days plus every special episode ever made. Yeah, it should take you less than a month, but remember, you can't get up from your couch or take your eyes off the screen, because if you do, you might not notice that the Orange Islands is the only place that is not referenced in any Pokemon games. This region was made purely for the series, and it was shown in a total of 36 episodes. But that doesn't compare to how many times Misty was shown in the anime. That's right! Out of all of Ash's female companions, Misty has the highest number of appearances in the anime, being found in a total of 296 episodes. And did you know that she is the only companion who left Ash because she really had to? All of Ash's other friends left him because they wanted to continue their journey somewhere other than where Ash was going next, but not Misty. Misty would have continued traveling with Ash if her sister's departure didn't require her to return to the Cerulean Gym. I don't think she would dare to leave Ash if Leonardo DiCaprio ended up being the voice actor. You heard me right. Leonardo DiCaprio would have been the English dub voice behind Ash in Pokemon the first movie if the producer, Norman Grossfeld, didn't decide against it. Speaking of voice actors, did you know a character disappeared after the Diamond and Pearl series because something really bad happened to the voice actor behind them? I'm talking about Mei. In 2007, the Japanese voice actress behind Mei, Kaori Suzuki, got diagnosed with spasmodic dysphonia, a disease that hugely impacted her ability to speak and sing. By 2012, the disease got so bad that Kaori was forced to retire from the anime. Ever since then, I haven't seen Mei except in flashbacks and cameos. I miss her so much. I mean Mei. No, sorry, Kaori. Unlike Mei, did you know Iris is the first female traveling companion who doesn't get her bike destroyed by Ash and Pikachu the first time they meet? Instead of this running joke happening this time around, Pikachu shocked Iris. But you know what shocks me more? The fact that Iris is the only female main character who has no known relatives, which is almost like the case of Ash, whose father remains Pokemon's biggest mystery. Did you know he had a 1 in 1,000 chance of seeing his father in the special episode Pokemon The Distant Blue Sky? But Ash missed this opportunity due to his escapades and emotional journey with Haruto. Anyways, while I was researching cool, spicy facts to bring you, I came across a theory that said Professor Oak is Ash's dad. Well, I am here to tell you that's not true. Professor Oak already has a grandson named Gary Oak, so if Oak is Ash's father, that would mean Ash is Gary's uncle, which is just impossible. Let's not even talk about the huge age gap between Ash's mom Delia and Professor Oak. Neither should we talk about the theory that tries to prove that Red is Ash's father, because the producers of Pokemon have never shown us any clue that tells us Red is Ash's dad. Wait a minute. I think they have hidden one clue. What is this writing here? I think it reads, "Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or else you will never know what Ash's dad looks like." Damn, even if I have subscribed to myself, Ash's dad can't keep hiding from us. Do you know what the producers of Pokemon have done? On the 8th of September 2023, they released the last 12 episodes of the Pokemon series in the US on the 25th anniversary of the original airing of the anime's first episode in the US, 8th September 1998. They have also made Pokemon the longest running television series based on a video game as of 2006. Pokemon didn't stop there. It was also the longest running show ever on American network Kids WB in 2000. 2006. That, I say, is quite the accomplishment. When it comes to accomplishments, we gotta pay respect to my man's Ash. Did you know that Ash has defeated more regional champions on screen in the anime than any other trainer? He has won against Iris, Steven, Cynthia, and Leon. He has even defeated Wallace, the former Hoenn champion. And he may not have been able to do it without Pikachu. Speaking of, did you know that the audio of Pikachu's voice has never been repeated? I used to think they used the same Pika Pika Pee every time Pikachu talked, but boy was I wrong. Pikachu has been voiced for 20 years and across most dubs by the same voice actress, Ikue Otani, and she records new lines for each new episode. She even provides input as to the character's inflection and what Pikachu is saying when it speaks. Every single word or noise you hear from Pikachu is an entirely different one, but that's not the tastiest fact about Pikachu. Did you know that Pikachu was originally a snack? Character designer Atsuko Nishida once revealed in an interview that when she was told to come up with a cute electric-type Pokemon without any specific animal to base it on, she based the first prototype for Pikachu on Daifuku, a Japanese confection consisting of a round rice cake with a sweet filling inside. Sadly, the only part of the original Daifuku-like design that remains is Pikachu's dark ear tips. The same way Atsuko Nishida outdid herself with Pikachu's design is the same way Megumi Hayashibara has outperformed herself in the world of anime as a legendary voice actress who played Jessie since the first season of Pokemon until the end. In the 93rd episode of the Sun and Moon series, Pokemon snuck in every iconic anime character she has ever played. Jessie was transformed into Rei Ayanami from Neon Genesis Evangelion, Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop, Ranma Saotome from Ranma Half, Lime from Saber Marionette J, Paprika from Paprika, and of course, Lena Inverse from Slayers. In the same episode, a legendary anime reference was snuck in. The same way that Lily and Mallow embrace each other during the Pokemon School play is a reference to the central relationship of Utena Tenjo and Anthe Himamiya from the legendary girl Utena. Did you know that the first Pokemon game, Pokemon Red and Blue, reached Europe 3 years after its creation? Yep, it got to Europe years later, but that didn't stop fans in Europe from going crazy for it. An even crazier fact would be the fact that Pikachu has appeared in the most gym battles out of any of Ash's Pokemon. It has appeared a total of 43 times, including rematches. The next closest is Talonflame, who has been in 7 gym battles, followed by Charizard and Sceptile, who have been in 6 gym battles. Did you know that Salon took 426 episodes to reunite with Ash following his departure from the main cast? This makes it the longest amount of time for any of Ash's former traveling companions to reunite with him. And while Salon holds the record for the longest time to reunite with Ash, Ash's Cyndaquil holds the record for the longest time it took for any Pokemon in the anime to reach its secondary form. It took a total of 507 episodes to evolve into Quilava. This is equivalent to a decade. However, in the dub, it took less than a decade. Listen, I gotta tell you about the last time that a city got named after Pikachu in 1998. You see, the first Pokemon video games were just about to get launched in the United States, and the location of their launch point was in the city of Topeka in the state of Kansas. So to help promote the event, the town was renamed Topekachu for a day. To this day, the town of Topeka is still a hotbed for Pokemon-themed activities. Before Pikachu got a town named after him, he made his way onto the currency of a nation. In 2001, Niue, a self-governing island country in free association with New Zealand, issued a set of 5 coins bearing the likeness of 5 different Pokemon, including Pikachu. You should get yourself one of these coins if you're interested in seeing your pocket monsters get turned into pocket money. But you gotta be stacked because they're quite expensive and even cost hundreds of dollars in online auctions. But that is chicken change compared to how much Pokemon has made since they started out. I hope it doesn't shock you to learn that the entire Pokemon franchise has grossed an estimated $150 billion in lifetime revenue as of 2023. This includes an estimated $30 billion gross from video games and $100 billion from licensed merchandise sales. After knowing this, I wasn't so shocked when I found out that an average Pokémon episode cost about $100,000 to make. Did you know that the Diamond and Pearl series is the only series in which a full battle took place outside of the Pokémon League? And speaking of battles, if you count only trainer battles, Ash's longest winning streak lasted a total of 87 episodes. This is spanning from his loss to Rinto in Camonegi's Great Trial to his loss to Misty in Saitoshi versus Kasumi, Seaside Battle 101. Did you know that Gita's team is made to represent the areas of Paldea? Espathra represents the deserts. Go-Go represents the grasslands. Veluza represents the bodies of water in Paldea. Avalugg represents the cold mountains. King Gambit represents the northwestern bamboo forest. And Glimora represents the caves in Area Zero. Remember how I told you that Pokemon was supposed to die young and it didn't? Well, did you know that when it was revived to be shown worldwide, director Masamitsu Hidaka decided to phase Brock out of the Orange Island season? Yeah, Hidaka was scared that the American audiences would perceive Brock as an offensive stereotype towards Asians. However, when Brock received strong positive reception, he was brought back into the series. A huge shout out to Brock, because not only did he survive being removed from the show, he is the first main character in the anime to use Mega Evolution. He is also able to identify when women are really cross-dressing men in disguise. But when Ash cross-dressed in the guise of Ashley, Brock was not able to tell. Ash successfully slipped through Brock's radar. Did you know that Naganadel is the only Ultra Beast to have a base stat that is not a prime number? Well, now you do. And you are about to find out how Pokemon snuck the Titanic into the anime. In the 86th episode of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, May describes a movie about a luxurious spaceship with a Natu and Xatu in love who were separated because of an ice asteroid. Well, this story is a parody of the movie Titanic. Now, the Titanic reference was pretty obvious, but what wasn't obvious was the design of the spaceship being a subtle reference to the spaceship from Space Battleship Yamato. While searching for these facts, I found out so much info and photos of Pokemons that have been caught in real life. I've covered everything in the video you see on your screen right now. See you there!